Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you how to poach an egg. This is a foolproof method that I learned that I wanted to share with you. So, first things first, we need a deep pot of water that is just before a boil. So it's simmering nicely, it's got a lot of bubbles, but it's not rapidly boiling at the surface. The water isn't breaking up at the top. And we want a deep pot because we want to be able to have the egg fall into the water. The yolk's going to fall faster than the white, and then that's how you get that teardrop effect of your poached egg. So you don't want a shallow pan because then you get really squatty poached eggs. Next, we need some vinegar. I like to use distilled vinegar because it's clear. You can use any light colored vinegar. You can use white wine vinegar, champagne vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I would just stay away from darker vinegars as they'll change the color of your water and the color of your egg. The vinegar helps the white of the egg to set. And so you want just a couple tablespoons in a full pot of water. That's enough to help the white of the egg set, but not enough to change the flavor of the egg. So add a couple tablespoons there. Next, I want to crack my eggs into a launching dish. The reason why I want a launching dish is because it helps us control how we put the egg into the water so that we can get a uniform egg white. And a lot of people think that they want to crack an egg on the side of a pan or on the side of a dish. We don't want to do that because that gets the shell up into the egg. You want to do it on a flat surface so it cracks flatly. I'm going to do 3 eggs today. You can do anywhere. I like to do 9 to 12 at a time. Just as you get more comfortable with it, you can do more eggs at a time. I'm just going to start with 3 today. So my water is just at a simmer still. I'm going to take a slotted spoon and I'm going to stir the water to create a vortex to drop the egg into so we can get that nice teardrop effect of the poached egg. So now my water is spinning. I'm going to take my egg and just gently drop it into the spin so it goes with the spin. So it's still spinning, drop it gently in. You can see the egg white already starting to set as it falls down. So now I'm going to take my timer and set it for 2 minutes. Okay. At about 2 minutes, I'm just going to go check the egg. Typically, they take about 2.5 minutes for a nice runny egg yolk. And the reason why I wanted to do poached eggs today is because they're a really elegant thing to add to a dish that a lot of home cooks don't know how to do and a lot of people are intimidated by. But once you get some practice with it, it's a really straightforward method and they can really elevate a dish. From toast, eggs Benedict, you can add it to pizza, ramen, vegetables. It's a great vegetarian option. You can make a bunch ahead of time and put them on a sheet tray and wrap them, and they're good for 24 to 48 hours in your fridge. Just to reheat them, you just take some warm water and drop the egg in for about a minute and add it to any dish that you like. So we're at about 1.5 minutes here. I'm going to make sure that I have my nice slotted spoon ready, a landing dish ready with a towel to put the wet eggs onto, an ice bath to shock the eggs when they come out so they stop cooking, and some of my seasoning for the egg. Alright, we're approaching 2 minutes here. Let me look at my eggs. Oh, they look good. Okay, so if you can see here, it's still pretty loose. It doesn't feel like the white has completely set. You want it to feel like a full water balloon. So the outside is set, but you can tell that the inside is completely still liquid. So we're going to maintain the temperature of the water. See how it's just barely bubbling here. We got a nice teardrop effect. Still pretty loose here. I'm going to go for about another 20 seconds. I'm going to leave one of the eggs in for probably another couple minutes so you can see the difference, because if you don't like a completely runny yolk, you can leave it in for a little bit longer and get more of a medium egg, or similar to hard-boiled eggs, if you leave it in for about 5-6 minutes at this nice temperature, you have more of a hard yolk. So this one is feeling great. I can tell that the white is completely set. It's firm on the outside, but the inside is still bouncy and liquidy. So I'm going to put that one into my water bath. We're almost there with these two. This one, outside completely set, inside still bouncy and liquidy. So I'm going to pull that one. This one, I'm going to leave in there for another couple minutes so we can have a different cooked yolk to look at. So at this point, after my eggs have been in the water for about, 30 seconds to a minute, just enough to stop the cooking process and cool them down, I'm going to take a paring knife because we want to clean them up. We don't want those wispies. You can certainly have them if you like to the appearance of them, but to me it's just a little bit lackluster looking. So we want something just a little bit cleaner for our presentation. So I'm just going to cut off the wispies of the egg white so we have a nice clean egg. And if you don't feel comfortable with the paring knife in your hand, you can now certainly put the egg onto a cutting board and cut the desired shape. So I'm just gently tearing away any of the loose egg white. And now I'm going to set this on my towel to dry off. I'm going to do the same thing here. Always maintaining our water. We don't want it to boil like crazy. So this one has a good amount of excess egg white. Just going to gently, you don't want to pierce the yolk, so you just gently cut away any excess egg white for a nice teardrop shape. There, looking beautiful. So let's check this other egg here. So if you can see here now, we're not getting as much bounce back from the center. When you press it, it's pretty firm. That indicates that the yolk is cooked further. So it feels like we're about at a medium right now. So I think that will be a good difference to look at. I'm going to do the same thing here. Feel it, make sure it's cooled down, so the cooking process has stopped. And then just cut away any excess egg white. And there we go. Okay, so our 3 eggs are out. Now, I like to season with some finishing salt, fleur de sel, just some sea salt. And you can do a good amount of seasoning on these eggs because the yolk is so rich and it can kind of cover up anything in your dish. So you want to season it well. Just a little bit more generous than you typically would be. and some fresh cracked black pepper. Beautiful. Now I just want to show you the difference in the cook. So these are the eggs that we had in for about 2.5 minutes. And then this is the egg that was in for closer to 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to show you the difference when I cut into them of the cook of the yolk. See, it's nice and runny. Very soft yolk. It's beautiful. Now let's cut into this. So it's going to be a little bit firmer with still a runny yolk, but you can see along the outside of the yolk, it is more firm. And so it holds together a little bit more, and some people prefer their eggs like that. Or if you keep going for another few minutes, you're going to have a nice hard yolk. Whatever you prefer. And with that, I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next video.